The positive feedback on my last video was so amazing and it made me so happy, so thank you so much, and I have more plans for the future. Do you want a little goblin friend? I'll show you how because he is so cute. So he is an anniversary update, and last time I kept saying special edition, but it's like the anniversary update or whatever. I don't know, I'm not good with updates. Also, my friends keep saying that this goblin is the ugliest thing they've ever seen, but look at him. He's literally adorable. Aww. So you want to go to a cave called Grom's Past, and it's south of Riften, and I did start a new gameplay for this, so that's why absolutely nothing is discovered. When you reach the cave, you'll see many stone towers and skulls with blood, anything that will make a passing traveler say, oh wow, that totally looks like a fun place, let's go in there. As soon as you enter the cave, it's going to start a quest called Blue in the Face, which doesn't make sense right now, but it will eventually. And right now your only objective is to investigate the cave. So as you go further into the cave, 2 goblins will actually come to kill you, and I did go into the cave at level 4 for some reason, so yeah, they were kind of hard for me to kill, but if you're further along, you should be fine. Okay, this cave is full of steel blue and why can't I pronounce words? Moving swiftly on. Okay, so the mushrooms will go into your ingredients tab, and if you eat them, you'll actually restore magic, which is awesome. And then you'll see that there's like a whole bunch of bodies in here, which is totally not creepy at all. And then if you go into this one room, there's a bunch of spikes, and I tried to sneak up on these guys so you could see, but there's actually like a bunch of like goblins bowing down to something. And when you get closer, you'll get the quest to kill the blue god. And as you can see, it's like an orc covered in blue paint. Ha, get it? Blue in the face? I'll show myself out. Then you'll be told to read his journal, but it's long, so let me just tell you what happens.
Story time.
The tribe leader was like, bro, you gotta prove yourself as a hunter. So he was like, oh yeah, I got this. So then he went out into the woods, tried hunting, but he really sucked at it, and he tried trapping, and he really sucked at it. And then he discovered the blue mushrooms that we found earlier, and so then he was like, oh, I wonder if I just grab a bunch of these if my tribe will accept it. So then he grabbed a whole bag of the mushrooms and brought them back to his tribe, but then his chief looked at it, and he was like, oh my goodness, this is awful. So then he like mushed them all together and then threw it over the orc's head and was like, you're a disappointment. And so the orc like ran away crying. The crying part wasn't really included, but I'm adding it in for storytelling purposes. And then he found himself in a cave, and then all of a sudden he was surrounded by goblins, and he's like, oh my goodness, I'm gonna die. But instead of dying, the goblins seemed to like worship him. Okay, so I figured that weird little skit thing would be more entertaining than me just reading out of a book, so yeah. Then it says the orc continued to make the paint with the mushroom so that the goblins would follow him, and then he said one goblin actually saw him put on the paint, so then he threw him in a pit to die. Then you are given the task to free the goblin. So the goblin is actually in a pit in the middle of the room, and I missed it the first time I went in because I'm oblivious, so don't be like me. So this is the throne that he was on, and if you go to the left of it, there's actually his room, and then there's a chest, and actually another room that shows where he used to grow the mushrooms and to make the paint and stuff. And if you go back to his body, you can actually get the goblin totem staff, which is kind of freaky. It has a goblin head on it, and I don't know how the other goblins are okay with that, but yeah. So if you go down a tunnel to the right, there'll actually be a goblin mining, and he'll be like, what are you doing here? Except in goblin language. And then he'll try and kill you, so you can just kill him. But then if you go take a left down the tunnel, there'll be a chain, and you can pull it to reveal the goblin. The dude is literally surrounded by bodies like some sort of gladiator. Everybody meet Go! Oh, not that Go. He's adorable! So there's several voice options, basically like, oh my goodness, did you kill all these goblins? Why am I talking to a goblin? And it's pretty clear that you're the only sane person here. But I chose, what did I choose? I can't remember, hang on. Oh, I chose Are You Alright? It's right there. More voice lines. It's like, do you think you'd want to follow me? You can handle yourself in a fight. And my favorite one is, you seem friendly, but so does a bear until it's chewing your face off. I love it when the Dragonborn is sassy. And there's one that's my favorite. It says, I've always wanted a goblin for a friend. What do you say? The saddest one is, having you as a companion would be a bad idea. This one would probably just make him sad. Then you click, alright then, let's go. And then you have him as a follower. And it doesn't stop there. He has some customizable options. You can talk about a spear, but no matter what you try, he's not gonna let you hold it or anything, and he's just gonna like respond in Goblin language. And it's really funny because it says, I wonder if they teach Goblin at the Bard's College. Okay, so you can actually change his equipment, and his helmet is completely customizable too, and you can just take it off. Okay, let's not do that, but you can pick a leather helmet or an iron helmet. I mean, he just needs braces and then he'll be beautiful. You can also have him change his armor. The iron armor is what's equipped right now, and then you can go to leather armor, which looks really cool with like bones on it. You can also change to no armor, but let's keep this PG, okay? Just like any other follower, he'll follow you around and he'll fight with you, and you can actually summon a Storm Atronach, which is awesome. And if you try to trade with him, he'll actually just give you a skull, kind of showing that his stuff is his stuff and your stuff is your stuff. If you tell him it's time for us to part ways, he will walk back to the cave, never to be seen again. Nah, you'll see him again when you go find him, it's all good. I hope this was helpful. Thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed, please click here to subscribe or here to watch another video. Thanks!